So I've come, God.
My one on. Hello everyone, good evening, good morning, wherever you are from. Welcome back to the winners bracket of this finals weekend of World Cup 2019. And it's the match we've all been waiting for. I am joined by the man who is pretty great. It's Aza.
Why'd you have to say that? Hello.
I've got to do something every time.
We have a monster of a match today. I think when people think of OWC, they think specifically of these two teams, basically like the top two teams for several years in a row now. And again, this year, very good chances that they're both top two again, both being in the winners bracket. So
yeah, and this is exact mirror matchup of what we had last year in this finals winners bracket stage. But we have a bit of a roster change on the side of the UK, managing to swap out 4 of their players. In come 4 fresh faces and proving that they're just as strong as they were last year.
yeah, I think regardless of any roster changes, USA does have 1 or 2 new players as well, but a lot of very recognizable names on both teams, right? So named on the UK, I think people mostly think of Bobaman, Carthy, and Spare, who so far in the tournament have been so good and so consistent at everything. They've all been playing most of the maps. It seems like that's kind of the plan that like UK has when it comes with their rosters. They just kind of have like that 3-man core and then just swap in the 4th player for whatever map they're playing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, DT specialist Moe Yandere, tech specialist, reading specialing AJT, aim specialist Blue. Voss has picked up a couple of the technical maps here and there. Majora's stepped in for a lot of the high-speed BPM picks, that kind of stuff. But that core roster for UK actually doing a lot of work. They were the top team in terms of percentage, I believe, average, which is a stat that we've been throwing around. So overall, UK actually last week came out on top in terms of performance on the semi-finals map pool.
Yeah, think a lot of people are quick to just be like, well, USA, myself included, I am victim of this, but people are like, okay, USA is just the best, right? USA is just going to win again. Like, they are so good. How can anyone beat USA? Well, actually, if you look at, like, statistically speaking, right, like a lot of the rounds so far, UK has been on top or very close to the top, or even ahead of the USA when it comes to just like a straight head-to-head matchup, right? So like, there's a lot of potential for the UK to actually win this that I think a lot of people aren't really expecting as much. So this should be really, really interesting.
Yeah, I think one thing that we keep mentioning is in terms of scaling and team scaling, as the map pools get harder, obviously Grand Finals map pool will be another step up from this. The USA team is on paper just going to scale a lot harder than a team like the UK. So I think this might be their best chance, but you can never say never. I think we've talked a lot about our team in blue. Let's take a little bit of time to have a chat about the team in red, that is the USA.
Yeah, the USA is quite similar, but to a lesser extent. USA, I think their roster is so... you would mostly look at people like Vaxi and Idki to be like, wow, they're so good. They're just going to carry the entire team. But they're kind of very well-rounded. At least they've shown to be very well-rounded. They kind of just play everyone wherever, whenever, right? Like, they don't have a core to say. Like, they do have a bit of a core in Vaxi, Idki, and Toy, who have played the most maps last round. Arguably Fiery Rage as well. But they're a lot more well-rounded, right? Like, you'll see a lot of different players participate a lot, right? Like, there isn't like a specialist player in the USA. Like, they all just play everything. So it's quite interesting to see like the difference, whereas UK is more focused around 3 players and USA just kind of has their whole roster to play with.
Yeah, and it makes it a lot easier to form really competent team rosters into these harder maps. We'll see probably a couple of the same players as you mentioned with Idki, Vaxe. Usually they're 2 big hyper carries, I would say, at this point. Players like Toy excelling on the old style maps and really awkward aim stuff. But overall, they've got a really strong team this year, and they've been proving it, right? They've only dropped 3 maps in the entire knockout bracket. They won the seeding for the qualifiers. Like, this team has been dominant from start to finish. And sure, one of those points that they lost was to Turkey in the first round, which is, everyone likes to have a good laugh about it. But as the map pools get harder and harder, this team gets scarier and scarier.
Yeah, also we have an 11-star warm-up, I guess.
And Blue's in, which means he's going to be playing about 10% of the map, and the rest of it will be drawing in smoke.
He's already been doing that, a fair amount. I think some people might be familiar with the song. This was the song that USA used as a hype video. All the teams were doing hype videos right before WBC. This was the USA song. So I think we can have a wild guess at who picked this one.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's having a good go at this. Bubble somehow has 70%, which is pretty ridiculous.
Do you think in like 3 years people are gonna FC this?
Oh god, I do always think about that. Like the long term
always get better.
So exactly, like 4 or 5 years ago, some maps were just considered impossible. And now people are like assessing them with Hidden Hard Rock, and you're like, okay, I don't know what to believe anymore. I'd like to think there's a limit. Is this it?
I can see people doing this in a couple of years.
You think?
People are really good now. I don't know. I mean, Bubble Man's almost there. He's doing pretty good, to be honest.
I'm convinced at this point that UK just put Blue in warm-ups just for the just for this. They know he's not actually going to play it.
Yeah, he's probably having more fun.
Probably. You're probably right there, yeah. How Bubble Man is at 70%, I'll never understand it. Oh, that's right.
It's actually tied almost 3v4. Bubble Man is just so good. He's actually just has a score of 2 players combined.
I mean, You look at Blue's score and it's like 4,000 points, but you look at everyone else, they're not even really above 20k, and Bubble Man has 35,000. Oh, Blue's curse is doing something interesting. Alright. Well, USA came prepared. I wonder if the UK have anything in store.
I hope so.
I'm sure we'll be saving the epic warm-up for the grand finals. Just thinking of the one last year that Wolf made was it's such good memories. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend at least watching the warm-up of the grand finals from last year.
I think that's always my favorite part or one of my favorite parts of WC, just like all the warm-ups that people come prepared with. Oh, looks like
a classic.
It is a more standard warm-up. It is a more playable warm-up. Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah, this is a bit of a classic. Not really easing up in terms of difficulty, though. I mean, it's not 11 stars, I'll give you that, but...
It's close enough.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Like 7 something, I believe, right? It's been a couple of years since I played this.
Probably FC it now.
Oh, that's true. Hold on, we just saw the what slider, now we're seeing the Sega slider. I mean, spoilers.
Just a warm-ups of slider art, that's all this is.
Ah, that's why Blue's in there.
Just to draw the map. How cool a mod would that be?
Over us.
You had a 2-player mode where one person drew the map and the other person played it. Like catch the cursor.
Blue better draw the Sega logo for us.
Who left? Someone's
I believe I saw someone mention they were going to play this with 3 players. There's probably a reason. Like, they even said it before their own warm-up, I think.
Oh.
I think I saw Hypno say that. It's kind of interesting. I wonder if there's a reason for that, like a specific first pick that they want to warm up for.
Yeah,
something along those lines.
It's not really BM, right? But it could almost be taken as BM being like, I don't want to play your warm-up. We played ours, we've had our fun, now I'm going to go warm-up. But I doubt it's that at all. As you said, they might have something they need to be prepared for. This isn't too bad of just a warm-up map, though. It's not too crazy.
So, how do you think this match is gonna go?
Based off the warm-ups, or just generally?
Oh, just generally, not the warm-up.
Yeah, I think everyone has a lot of predictions about this. Obviously, USA on paper are just so strong that it's kind of become final boss USA. Who can bring them down? And you know, so far in the last 2 years, that answer has been no one.
Yeah, they're kind of the villain, huh?
I don't know whether you call them the villain. They're not particularly evil or anything. They're just really good at this game.
Yeah, I don't know. They just always win, so people are like, oh, well, USA just wins again. Wow, yeah. Who can see this coming?
USA just wins. I think if the UK stand a chance in this match, they need to get off to a good start. They can't really let the USA pull ahead on the early picks, and making sure the UK gets some solid points early on is going to do a lot for them here. Because as the map pool gets deeper, the USA gets stronger, I think.
Yeah, it's worth noting, of course, these 2 teams are now 2 of the 3 remaining teams in the top 3. There's also South Korea in the losers bracket. And all matches after this one are going to be played on the Grand Finals pool, which is going to be showcased right after this match, by the way. And you mentioned at the start of the stream that USA scales really well, and their skill cap is probably the highest of any team in the tournament, right? So if UK wants a chance to beat USA, I think their chance on this pool is a lot higher than the one on the Grand Finals pool. And of course, whoever loses this is also against Korea, which is kind of mini USA in that sense, where they also have an absurd skill cap. And you know, you would rather want to face Korea on this pool compared to the grand finals pool. So whoever loses this match is still like in a really hard fight in the losers bracket. So
yeah, we saw Korea's really stepped it up this year. It's been really fun to watch them basically just abuse double time throughout the entire time. There's the Sega slider.
Hey, Proxy and Voss hit the Sega slider. I think it's fair as well. I'm not sure.
I think Spare did. I think if you're sitting around 60 combo, you broke on it. What were we saying? Yeah, Korea. So Korea, obviously, the first Asian team to hit the top 3 in the last 3 years, which is really cool to see that the East is coming back. It's not a Western-dominated scene again. We almost had a complete top 3 podium finish as of last year, obviously with Germany being the team that lost to Korea. But I would be really curious to see the UK play against Korea on this pool. I think on this pool, the US still beat them. It's only really the double time maps that I think that Korea would put up a really good fight against US. But Grand Finals pool is going to be even harder, and I think that's going to be a really interesting match between any of these teams, actually.
Actually, an interesting point that you brought up, because OS as a whole, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, was completely dominated by the East, right? Like Japanese players and Korean players were just like all over the top 10. Like it was only those 2 countries, and then a little bit of Taiwan, maybe, right, in standard. And it kind of like inverted as of recent. You know, it's now it's mostly dominant by the West, and now it's good to see that there's still an Eastern team in the top 3. We have seen Japan do pretty good last year as well. So, because actually, if you take like lifetime results, I think Korea is actually the most dominant team in OWC history, like all of the World Cups, right? So it's good to see them back there. We'll see. We'll see if they can keep it going, but it's already very nice to see them, and we'll see who they end up facing after this game. It will be next week, obviously, but yeah,
I think
Roll's already
2 missed that, by the way. I'm sure there was slider breaks, but 2 missed on that map. It's not bad at all.
That is absurd. All right, so bans, huh? Kind of curious to see what these teams are going to do. Like, USA have had a bit of a pattern with their ban. Tend to ban the Stream Nomad and the AIM Hard Rock. So in this pool, it would be Paradise Ghost and Electric Love. UK, I feel like, have kind of adapted to whoever they're against. I think they've done a very good job at that, right? So, like, for example, the UK are pretty well-rounded, but there was a map, I forgot what pool it was in. I think it was in quarterfinals pool. Midnight City Warfare, whenever they went against Taiwan, and Taiwan had like 5 of the top 8 spots in that leaderboard. Yeah. So they just ended up banning that map, right? So I don't know. I think
pretty smart.
That thing like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ironically, the stream map is the map that USA won OWC on last year against the UK. So I'm gonna be surprised if they ban it again this year. The UK do pick up Blue, who's a pretty good stream player, as opposed to losing. I mean, Doomsday, I guess, is the stream player who stood in for the UK last year. Whether or not the US decide that that's a fair enough trade to keep banning the stream map or not, I'm not too sure. Other than that, they've typically ended up banning kind of aimy picks. We've seen them ban Hard Rock 1 a lot, so smaller circles aim. A couple of double time bans. They banned the 10.3 last weekend against Russia, but Russia's such a solid 10.3 team. I'm not really sure what the Ooh, okay.
This is a really smart ban, actually, because UK last week basically had 4 FCs on the hidden one, which was La Pistoria.
Yeah.
Although they're not very similar this week. Like this week, Nexta is just 100% a tech map, and La Pistoria was more of a consistency map. But
I also feel that Nexta is a map that Bubbleman will just destroy, and no one else will be anywhere near him. Bubbleman on hidden tech is just it's scarily consistent, and it's definitely something that has solo carry potential. So maybe just being like, nah, we don't even want to risk it.
That map, the ending of Nexta, people that are playing in this pool have pretty much all said is extremely hard, and it's one of those types of situations where if you don't play this stuff all the time, usually you're just not going to be able to play it.
Yeah, for sure.
UK answering with Hidden 2, DT2. So Maze of Vapor, Night of Fire. Maze of Vapor also is quite a similar map. It is quite an evil combination of low approach rate hidden and like that Mirage mapping style that I think hopefully people are familiar with now. It's not very friendly to the player. So yeah, UK just want none of that. Get it out of the way.
Wow, look at these bans. 2 from the same mod types. DT1 will be removed by America finally.
Okay, this is really interesting to me because these are bans that neither team have like historically went for. So both of these teams seem to be adapting to each other this round and being like, okay, it's time for the serious bans now.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by the fact that each of them have banned a double time, and they're probably the 2 most similar double times in that pool. Both of them are pretty bursty. Obviously, neither team wants to play it, which I think is quite interesting.
Yeah, so now in the Hindu pool, we only have Ring of Fire remaining, which is all streams. And the DT pool, we have Morning Glow, it's pretty standard 10.3, and Chaser XX, which we have seen a couple of teams play, I believe. Quite an interesting map, a lot of finger control.
So I hope the US will lead us off then and have the first pick here. They do leave that stream map untouched, so unlike previous weeks, it is available for them.
Yeah, I don't really see the USA going for any DT picks, maybe. Well, maybe the pool is hard enough now that they can start abusing how Vaxi plays them and how Tony plays them. Tony being the bracket guy. We're just going to call him Tony. He wants to be called Tony.
T bracket.
I was going to pronounce T bracket hyphen__ T bracket. Yeah, okay. And UK did play all 3 DTs last round, so I don't know. I think I would see UK picking them, but I'm not sure if we're going to see USA go for any.
Yeah, the UK definitely, they have Moe Yandere, who when it gets to really high star DT, really exceptional player, really good at that high BPM. He hasn't particularly performed to the level you might have expected him to, and I'm hoping that he can rectify that because he's a really good player once he gets going. But we're going to see Hard Rock 1 Electric Love will be the start of this match.
That's so weird. Okay, so USA always bans this type of map every match, or if they don't ban it, they just leave it open. And now they leave it open and they first pick it. Okay, they're looking to throw the UK off balance here, I think. We'll see if it ends up paying off for them. But probably going to see... yeah, go on.
If you Google the definition of curveball, you get an image of USA picking Hard Rock 1.
So have to see who's in for this one. Probably Vaxi, ET Toy, and I would say Fiery Rage for this. Typically playing the Hard Rocks for them. And of course, Bubbleman Carthy Spare can be expected for nearly every map. Majori stepping in, maybe? I don't know if he's going to stay there. Or maybe Blue.
Yeah, it's either going to be Blue or Majora. I think Majora maybe on these... what BPM is this map? It's relatively speedy, right?
I think it's around 210.
Yeah, I think Majora will handle the higher BPM maps a little bit better than Blue. I think either of them would have been an absolute fine pick here.
It's exactly
Vaxi going to do that last step in. And Toy as well for the US. I think of the 4 Americans in that lineup, Toy is the least I would have predicted him the last, I think.
Toy in particular has been pretty interesting to watch, in my opinion, because when you look at all of the players on the USA roster, like the people that are benched right now, people like AirU, Apraxia, and Digital Hypno, who, in my head, can play this pretty well, but Toy's just been like a core member when I don't think he was really expected to be. I think he's really like stepping up this year.
Yeah, he's like the rock of the US, right? If you look at Bubbleman on the UK, Toy is that for the US. You can just rely on him at all moments. Any kind of map.
It's kind of interesting because a lot of people would recognize him for more of the gimmick stuff or the hidden plays maybe, but no, he just plays everything.
The dream skill set.
All right, as we get into the first map, the last match of the finals. Here we go.
Yeah, winner of this guarantees themselves a spot in the top 2 and the grand finals next weekend. Everything to play for. A loser meets South Korea in that losers bracket final, and we do see a couple very early breaks. One of them, I believe, was just client lag, so it's just Bubbleman then who will drop early. And there as well. Early nerves here from the UK.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just what I was mentioning. I think they've been thrown a little bit off balance. Don't think they were expecting to play this as a first pick, but yeah, Spare and Bubbleman not having a good time, and no breaks yet on the USA side.
Definitely the two players you don't expect to be finding early inconsistencies. Spare and Bubbleman, very versed in terms of tournaments.
Yeah, it's certainly not over yet though, because this is absolutely the type of map where you can just miss everywhere, right? This is a very old style map. There's a lot of jumps where they aren't expect. Looks to be very favorable for the USA right now though, as Majori does find another miss, or rather his first miss, but that's yet another miss for the UK.
Yeah, full four combos here still for the States, with just Carthy now for the UK. He is boasting some really impressive accuracy though, along with Idki. This Bubbleman will find another miss.
Vaxi misses at the halfway point, but there's still such a massive lead right now. 3 full combos still. And I was going to say it wasn't over if Spare and Bubbleman just had the early miss and then just comboed the rest, but they keep on missing. They're just not having a good time on this map, so looks to be a pretty smart pick.
Yeah, this is working out almost better than they think that America could even have ever expected. Carthy's doing his best right now, but not really anyone backing him up here, as America still has 3 full combos. This one might already be over. We're into the final third now. We're going to need to see a real implosion here from the United States for the UK to come back in this pick.
Yeah, as it turns out, it looks like USA was just banning this type of map just to hide how good they are at it.
Absolute mind games. Oh, Toy. He's completely missed under a mat. He will drop his full combo. But it's still 2 against 1. And make that 2 against 0. Carthy will drop pretty much absolutely nothing. So that one's going to hurt a little bit. But
it's so unfortunate for Carthy. I think he only had 100. Okay, he just got a second one. I think he only had 100. He was assessing for quite a while, but it's all about Idki now. The only remaining full combo with also the highest accuracy. And he pulls it off. Wait.
It's not over yet.
He pulls it off.
He's got it. He's got it.
And that is a dominant first map. Almost 1,000,000 points on their first pick. That's not gonna feel so good for the UK. But at least it wasn't on their own pick, right? So.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that Spare and Bubbleman will be happy with their performances on this. For the 2 big carries of the UK getting 500k on this map, hopefully it won't do anything for mentality. It is just the first map. Nerves are a thing. And it looks like they're going to brush it off really quickly. And we're going to be jumping straight into our second map picked from the UK this time. It will be DT3. Morning Glow.
Yeah, I briefly touched on this earlier, but this makes a lot of sense for the UK. They've played a lot of DT in the past couple of rounds. USA hasn't really, so I'm just a little bit worried if this pick is good, because now that the pool stepped up in difficulty, we're going to start seeing a lot of the really high skill cap DT players on the USA side. Like, everyone will think of Vaxi. Definitely expecting Tony to step in this.
Yeah, Praxia dropping in as well. But it's currently, USA has 4 people in their roster. See if they do make that swap out for the T bracket man.
T bracket man. I don't know, it doesn't look like it. Maybe they just stay with their core. Idki Vaxitoy just playing every map.
Do you see Moe stepping in for the United Kingdom? They will have Spare in this week, and this last week they forgot to include him in their lineup.
Nope, okay, Toy will be stepping out for Tony, so that is kind of the expected lineup for the USA at least. It's T bracket man.
He just had to make our lives that extra little bit awkward, didn't he?
I think there has been worse names to pronounce in WC. Seen this map played a couple of times so far. We did see Flank Tuna and Aristia with FCs on this earlier, as well as Dust Ice and Okinamo in that same match.
Yeah, 4 FCs in one playthrough. It was pretty nutty to watch. Everyone seemed to do pretty well on this. It is just, 10.3 and 270 BPM. That's all it is, really. Just, easy peasy stuff. I'm, of course, being sarcastic in case you didn't pick that up.
Well, you say that, but you're not wrong. It is a very simple map, to be honest. It's just very mechanically intensive.
Yeah.
So if your team is good at that, then that's great. Proxy with the first miss.
Another middle length map in this one. The early miss potentially not going to be too impactful, but we'll see. As we did see earlier, lots of people do very well on this. We will expect some high combos on the board.
Yeah, Karthi did find a miss earlier on, so it's kind of just been equalized now. It's more about accuracy, and you still have 2 SSs.
Yeah, everyone's accuracy overall looking pretty good at the moment, but 2 SSs still for the US is... Well, I made that one. Okay, I apologize, Hidkey, for that one, but I don't think 100 will make the difference here. It might, and that'll be cool.
It's still just pretty much even. It's just coming down to accuracy right now. Everyone on the USA just has really monstrous accuracy, but Bubble Man finds a break.
That won't hurt. That's in the middle of the map. That's the worst time to break, as it massively affects your score due to the combo multiplier, and the US are now going to start to build a lead here as Apraxia and Karthi have both started to recover well. And Spare will drop and Apraxia trades, but that's another full combo down for the United Kingdom, and now Moe is the only person left.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them. Moyandere having, I was going to say earlier, he had the worst accuracy on his team. It was dragging the score down, but now the tables have flipped. He's their last hope. But yeah, not much to do against 3 FCs here. These are very comfortable. Look at Faxi and Itki's accuracies on this. Like, that is absurd right now.
Yeah, they look so comfy. And it looks really scary right now for the UK, unless, once again, we said it last map, the US need to implode here a little bit, or they're going to take a break point in this match. But we're into the outro, Azer, and with 500k going into this, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, this looks like it's pretty sealed. Well, unless there's any oopsies at the end, it looks like we're also going to see 4 FCs on this. Just like, oh, Tony with the ambitious cursor dance. You're full comboing, man. You should be doing that. What was that?
Balls of steel, that's what that is. He hits it though. 4 million points broken for the US on Morning Glow, and a steel pick. US will go up 2-0. They've got a little bit of breathing room already. Early days though. First to 7. Still a long way to go.
Okay. Guys, you're not supposed to get 4 million points on the finals pool. That's it's not okay. It's not supposed to happen.
Map poolers, can we have harder maps, please? Thank you.
Vaxe and Inky managed to keep their accuracy until the end too. That is, like, if you look at the accuracy of everyone else in the lobby, that is insane.
US
have to see
have
what,
turned up, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what they do for their own pick now. Of course, they picked Hard Rock last time, so they cannot pick Hard Rock this time. I think if they're playing this well, honestly, a lot of the really like high speed maps have kind of just been taken out. They could just lead straight into Chaser XX, or maybe Ring of Fire, something along those lines. Oh, okay.
More Hard Rock.
Looks like I am wrong.
It's going to be Squall. We've seen a couple of really close matches on this week. Weekend. We saw a 500 pointer between, I've completely forgotten, Russia and someone, right? Russia and South Korea? I'm going to go with that. I'm probably wrong. It was close. I'm sure someone will tell me how wrong I am.
Yeah, this map is, it looks very calm and innocent and peaceful. It's not. There's a lot of very, I will use the word random because that's kind of what it feels like sometimes. It's a very older style map. I believe this was mapped in 2013, but ranked in 2018. And yeah, with CS 6.5, it definitely catches people off guard when they least expect it. I would say this is on the harder side of the pool. This is definitely one of the harder maps to full combo at the very least. We'll have to see how these teams are playing it out, though. I don't think USA cares about how hard maps are at this point after that last performance.
Yeah, US going up 3-0 would be a little bit scary. I did mention I think the UK need to try and get points on the board early here.
And the core roster for the USA, the addition of Fiery Rage. Then Majority coming in with the Hard Rock, looks like. Yep, that'll be the final rosters for this map. UK will look to take the first point on USA's pick.
Rocking that same Hard Rock 1 lineup, the UK going for round 2 here. See if we can give Toy a little bit of a nudge and get him in. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Then we had an issue on this map earlier in a match and we ended up missing most of it. So hopefully we won't have to do that, but it's like we might not get to see Toys play. So we'll keep... Okay, we're going to give it a panic. Hopefully... Oh, it looks like we will get in, so that's good.
Yeah, sometimes the client just doesn't like specific people, it looks like. But nope, everyone's in. It looks like we have missed 3 misses from the UK.
Oh dear. This is a really short one as well. It's under 2 minutes in length. Spare and Bubble Man will miss again, but Fiery will find the first miss here for the US.
Yeah, that buzz slider pattern is not an expected rhythm on that part. If you haven't practiced this map, you will absolutely miss there. And it looks like it catched like it caught like 4 people, I think. Now 2 FCs to 2. Still a good chance for the UK to come back in this one. The ending of this is quite hard.
Bubble Man breaks again. It's Majora and Carthy with the big combos. Majora goes down along with Spare. Bagze finds a miss as well, but Itki and Toy have the combos for the States. It's Carthy on his own. And we're already into the ending. It's another point for the US. Unless some miracle happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if Itki breaks, there are no supporting combos on the UK side here, and there's such a point leader. And Itki, again, with a crazy full combo. Carthy tried, but it's just not enough. USA wins that one by 300k.
Carthy literally won 100 behind Itki. And a slider end. Oh, it was a slider end he dropped actually then. Toy broke just before the end, but US now looking super dominant up 3-0. And it kind of makes you wonder, what can the UK do? Their big carry in Bubble Man isn't having the match that he would want. And they seem to know what they want to go with, and it's going to be No Mod 3. A bit of Lapix time.
I actually quite like this pick from the UK. I think they have a lot of players that are very comfortable on this type of map. We haven't seen USA pick this type of thing too much also, and they did ban Nexta, which is pretty much an identical map to this, except with hidden and maybe a little bit more polished. I think if UK ever takes a point back, it's got to be on this one, because they're down 3-0 now. Not the result they wanted at the start of the game. It's got to happen.
Yeah, we've seen people like Voss or AJT step in for the technical picks on the side of the UK. They're potentially just juggling up who to drop in here. We're going to see Eru pop in for the US for the first time this match.
Yeah, I don't know if the rosters are finalized. I would maybe like to see Tony play this. But Iki and Vaxi have been playing so good, so we'll see.
I think the question is when you say I'd like to see Tony play this, it's who do you swap out?
Yeah.
It's such a crazy lineup that you're like, I can't really see them swapping any of these players out for someone even better.
Alright, no, these are the final rosters. So Fiery, Iki, Vaxi, and Eru for the USA, Voss, Spare, Carthy, and Bubble for the UK. I'd personally really like to see Spare and Bubble Man kind of pick up their performance a little bit after a little bit of a disappointing showing on the first couple of maps. If they do it, it's got to be now.
Oh, 1 point for the UK. Look at that.
Who has it?
They must all have like 0.2.
It was a secret fifth player.
Yeah, if Spare and Bubble Man can't step up, US are just going to run away with this because they're looking real good right now. It's one of the longer maps in the pool, and I expect we're going to see lots of breaks like that one from Spare. We saw an early one from Voss, so it's already 2 combos down for the UK.
Yeah, that's not good. A lot of interesting sliders here. I think there's a few comments about those for the pool, but I imagine by now most of these players have practiced them enough to not get caught by some of the like Burai patterns. A lot of the sliders go back on themselves. They're kind of hard to read if you don't know them.
Yeah, I think everyone on the US is doing alright. Look at those accuracies. Alright, here comes the meat of the map. Early breaks then for Voss and Carthy. Another full combo down for the UK. Everyone on the US settles in well. And there goes Bubble Man. It's 4 against 0.
4 FCs to none. That is... Yeah.
It's pretty tough to watch this. I'll be honest, as Carthy will drop. Fiery Rage has missed though. That's one of them. Only 3 to go. And maybe we'll have an even match here. One over 3 section. Everyone looks good. Voss right now top combo on the UK, but it's under half of that of the US.
Oh,
that's
okay.
One for Fiery, one for Eru, one for Carthy, one for Bubble Man. 2 on each side hold, and it's still 2 FCs for the USA.
Oh, there you go. Spare gets a miss on the sliders I was talking about. It's actually... I mean, it would probably not change the result too much because they still have 2 full combos, but I think if UK were to have a path to come back to this map, I think they definitely needed Spare's combo there. And it's gone.
And so is Carthy's again. Itki and Vaxe right now almost 2v4ing. And I think by the end of the map they will be.
There's a chance.
There goes Bubble Man. Big drop on the circle stream. Voss the only one holding on now. But it's all too late. USA almost 1,000,000 points ahead.
This is really dominant. I think this is a little bit problematic for the UK now. They've lost 2 of their picks in quite a one-sided fashion. That's got to be hard for their mental, honestly. I would like to see them come back from it. But yeah, Itki and Vaxe are just not missing.
Yeah, they are 2v4ing right now.
This is officially a 2v4. Fiery and Eru, you can just stop playing.
And I mean, that's not even bad scores from Fiery and Airy. Both of them break 500k. UK need a hard reset here because it's not looking good.
It's 1.3 million point lead.
It's one of the more dominant maps of the entire World Cup almost. As my favorite song comes on the jukebox.
Can't be an LWC match without your favorite song on the jukebox. Okay, so it's now the USA's pick. They're up 4-0. They've picked 2 Hard Rocks.
Well, I mean, we look at the USA's history in this World Cup, right? They won the first match 5-1. They won the second match 5-1. They won the third match 6-1. And last week, they beat Russia 6-0. So, by that logic, USA looking to 7-0 this one. And the grand finals, I guess, to make it nice and symmetrical. Yeah, I think Bubbleman is currently saying a little bit how a lot of us are feeling. Guys, I think he needs your energy, chat. Pump up the UK if you're here to support the Brits. And be nice if you're from America and just want your team to win.
I think they need it. This is a bit not tragic, but I don't think people would expect it to be this one-sided.
Yeah, definitely not.
Happy synthesizer.
Okay. Okay. We haven't seen this yet this weekend, but I'm pretty sure every commentator who's talked about the map pool has had something to say about Happy Synthesizer.
Yeah, I think everyone has something to say about Happy Synthesizer.
This is a map with circles.
Yeah, I mean, this is the gimmick nomad pick, right? Compared to the last couple of them we have seen, like Sonan and Sleepy T. This is very different. No, nothing like the other gimmick nomads we've seen.
Yeah,
I don't think there is a way to describe this map. We'll just have to let it play out.
I think Rainbows describes it pretty well.
I do feel like this is. I'm not sure if I trust this pick. I mean, at this point, I don't really know what the USA are doing because they're just showing up no matter what, right? But I think on paper, I'm not sure if I really like this pick from them because this is. I would say this is a bit random unless you have one player that is very, very good and very consistent at this, which they might have.
They do have Toy.
I don't doubt that they have 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I expect Toy and Vaxay both to do really well. We've seen Idki do really well on all these awkward aim picks as well. And we will see Bracket Man in.
This just seems to be, at least from my own experiences with like scrims and practice, this seems to be a map that kind of everyone gets the same score on. Mm-hmm. And it's not a good score. So
yeah, we're going to see AJT make his first debut for this match. And AJT is probably one of the better reading tech players on the UK side. He's got a really couple of niche scores, which is really cool. So maybe he can start to turn things around for the UK. We'll still see that trifecta of Spare, Bubbleman, Carthy holding strong as Vaxay wants to have a head start on everyone else.
I don't think he needs one.
Yeah, if anyone.
I think he's doing fine enough without it.
All right, we'll find out in a second if that was client lag.
He did need it.
He did need it. It wasn't client lag. He has actually broken, but so has Bubbleman. So the miss has been traded once again.
Yeah, this right here is the big chunk of combo that everyone is like guaranteed to get. Any miss in the next like 20 seconds is actually really, really, really bad. Everyone is supposed to have completely free combos on this part, so.
As you said, everyone holding strong. Oh, there goes 2 of the UK, AJT and Carthy drop. And, well, we've been here before. We've been here 4 times, actually.
It was too early for those misses. Okay, I want to say those were like just tilt misses, honestly. Those are really hard to watch.
And it's tough to see them come from AJT and Carthy. Carthy's had a pretty good match so far, and AJT obviously stepping in for one. Spare drops now as well. What is the US doing to this map right now?
Yeah, we're going to start seeing the dip spike, though. So far, all of the bursts have been 1/6, but now they become 1/8, which are 254 BPM.
I would usually expect to see big act drops, but USA
seems to not be a problem. What are like dip spikes anyway?
On one side of the screen, we have a team having the best match of their life, and on the other side, we've picked 4 people off of the street and given them a tablet pen and said good luck. I mean, in all credit, the UK is doing as you would probably expect on this map, but the US is destroying this. What is these combos? Idki, Vaxe, Tony. I mean, even Toy is above average.
This is not the UK playing bad. This is the UK are having a normal score on this. What are USA doing? You do not. Okay, well, almost 3-way FC that. That is not okay. What is this team? How is anyone supposed to beat this?
I'm genuinely hurting a little bit because my team is just getting destroyed. Oh my god, what is that US performance? I think AJT summed this up well. It seems we've encountered a predicament.
The thing is, like, even though you could say some of the UK members are underperforming a little bit, I don't even think it would matter. It wouldn't even matter. You can get the 8 best players of the rest of the world that isn't USA, and right now in this match, because of how good USA is playing, they would probably still lose. UK going with Ring of Fire though, so hiddens were banned. This might be a smart pick, trying to throw a wrench in there.
The morale's got to be really hit at this point. If you're on Team UK, you're really going to be feeling this, down 5-0. Winning this would do a lot for them. Hidden stream map. It's pretty good for the UK, actually. Carthy plays an awful lot of hidden, especially on stream maps. Blue no stranger either. We're going to see Bubbleman step out.
Yeah, I think normally I would favor UK for this one, based on their previous performances. But in this match, I don't know.
Yeah, I think in this match, you just kind of give USA the advantage on everything.
Yeah, it looks like Digital Hypno is going to be stepping in for the first time in this match.
It will be Blue's first showing as well, so newcomers on both sides. If there's a map to win, it's this one for the UK. US take this, they're on match point. And I think it is worth remembering, actually, if we think back to last year, the winners' final match between these two teams was actually very one-sided again to the USA. I think it was like 7-1 or something. And then when we got to the grand finals, the UK actually did take a match off them. They did win that first grand final match 7-4, I believe. Oh no, it was tiebreaker, right? It was 7-6. So even though the UK may not be having the performance of their lives here, they do still have comeback potential in a later round. But this one isn't over yet. There is the chance for a huge sweep, and it could start with Ring of Fire.
That would be like the greatest sweep.
It would go down in the history books, I think, if the UK turn this one around.
Yeah, just being able to turn this one around at all, like regardless of victory, just starting to get points on board after almost being like humiliated right now by how good Vaxi and Idki are playing would be an amazing feat. I think I actually really like this pick from them. So I think if they do it, it's got to be now.
Yeah, we just got to believe.
Oh.
Okay. unfamiliar ground. The first drop is on the side of America, and the UK will have an early lead. This is a long map, though. At 3
Guys,
minutes.
the bar is blue. What does that mean? We haven't seen this before.
Please stop, it actually hurts. All 7 players, though, other than Digital Hypno, have held the first quarter.
They're looking good right now. Just gotta keep it up. Very solid accuracy too. I like what I'm seeing from UK.
I'm just holding my breath because I just can't bear the first miss. And there it is, it's blue. And no one on US side trades it.
Oh no.
Advantage back to the United States. Into the solo we go, and this is where the misses might come.
Oh no. Oh, Vaxi trades it.
It's a trade, but it's still advantage US with Blue's earlier miss. That score bar is coming back, and it will go red very shortly unless there's a break. Vaxaze isn't the one. It has to be for one of the other US members.
I don't know. It looks to be pretty stable right now.
Back drop from Blue gives it a little bit of a nudge. My eyes are just glued to it. There's a break.
No.
From Blue and
Carthy breaks. Oh, that's not good.
No one from the US. Okay, actually, wait. Itki and Hypno. Spare as well. What is happening? Why is everyone just broken but Toy?
Oh, what was that miss from Spare? That was so sad.
No.
He got through the hard part where everyone else missed and missed immediately after. Toy now the only standing big combo, and he's just gonna run away with it. No, he's not.
He's not. This is the most curse I think I've seen in one match.
There are no combos, but there is a pretty sizable lead, and we're near the end. I think this is going to be USA's point.
Yeah, it's looking red right now. 200,000. And USA are going to go up 6-0. Big ending drops. It's irrelevant.
First map we see no FCs on. This is the first normal map of this round.
Yeah, Toy's going to find that top score with 810,000. And it's the best showing we've seen from the UK so far, but it's still not enough.
Oh, now the sweep begins.
Now it begins. Tiebreaker hype, everyone. It's coming. Just need 6 more maps.
Oh, Chaser XX. So again, I think a little bit of a toss-up. I think USA have very good players for this map, so it makes sense as a pick. But considering there's been a lot of hidden bans and a lot of DT bans, and that hidden was probably the closest map we've seen so far. I don't know. Could be good for the UK, but yeah, definitely expecting Idki Vaxe and Tony to run away with this one. I mean, T-bracket man.
T-bracket man. Doesn't look like UK are making any substitutions here, which is surprising. I would have maybe expected Moe to come in for this, and well, the bubble seems to have left the party. Definitely not a good sign for the UK.
I think he seems to want to recover a little bit. But he's in, so maybe they're still deciding. Oh, yep. Looks like
Something's happening.
yeah, looks like
Signs of
Blue will
life.
be stepping out. So Bubble Man had his one map of rest.
Welcome back.
Still deciding who the fourth player is going to be. I would assume it's Tony. Yeah, Tony. Okay, but Itki leaves. No, he leaves and rejoins. Okay,
Oh, Tony's here.
interesting. No, I meant Idki. Idki just left, then the proxy took his spot, and Idki
Let's swap.
rejoined. Sure.
They've got something planned. There's a plan here. Maybe some smoke art, maybe? Maybe.
Will this be clean sweep?
I don't want to see it. It's always sad to see a clean sweep, especially this late into a tournament, but USA have definitely earned it so far. Because even if I think the UK were playing on form, I think it's hard to not say they haven't been underperforming, but at the moment it doesn't seem even relevant. USA looking so strong in this winners final. And they want that grand final spot. They want another guaranteed top 2 in this World Cup.
Now we'll have to see. This map is a very short one, a little bit over a minute, so
Blink and you'll miss it. Lots of awkward stream patterns, pretty much for a solid 80 seconds. And well, first breaks are going to be from UK. Spare and Carthy drop. Bubbleman drops as well, and Apraxia finds a miss. It's hard to say it's already over, but
I think
it's so short, this map.
I think it is.
I think it's already over.
I hate to say it, but I think it is. UK are not having a good time in this one.
Yeah, there's just misses everywhere. Spare, even Spare is struggling. I mean, accuracies across the board not looking too hot, but we've seen really low accuracy scores on this map. Maxay at 97%, Idki at 97%. I mean, even the entire USA above 96 is insane. Yeah, I mean, the score, look at that score lead. It's already 1,000,000 points.
Tony does find a break, but still 2 FC. Idki and Vaxi just don't miss. Okay,
Vaxi does.
Vaxi
Idki doesn't, though. He hits that triangle. I mean, yeah, GG. I think that this is probably the most dominant performance we've seen in a World Cup ever.
That is a point by 1.7 million against the favored first place team and the favored second place team. If that is the difference between these two teams right now, that is absurd. The USA are so strong this year, and they've come out full force. Just showed what it's like. This is that was a very quick match. I don't know
whether to laugh or cry, honestly, at this point, because my team has just been pummeled into the ground.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
deservedly so. This American roster is looking to take home the bacon again.
Bubbleman has described this as the USA effect, where every time any team just goes against the USA, there's just such like a mental impact on your mental, because it's the USA, they're so good, we have to do good, we're gonna lose. And yeah, I think the UK had the USA effect in this match, because that was ridiculous. Like, regardless of that effect, or the UK not really performing as people would expect them to, Idki and Vaxi just, I don't even know how to describe what they did in that match. You're not supposed to full combo that many maps on a finals pool.
Definitely.
That's not okay. That's just not fair. You gotta give other teams a chance, guys. Come on.
Oh man. All right. Well, with that, USA will advance and they will drop into the slot in the grand finals. We will see them there again for, I believe, like the 3rd year running, 4th year running. How many times have they been there now?
I believe this will be the 4th year in a row.
4 years in a row. Such a dominant team. We'll be looking forward to seeing them there next weekend. But the UK now have another date, and this time it's in the East. South Korea versus the UK will be our losers bracket final, with the winner of that. Actually, this is a 3rd place match, which is the proper title it should have, because the loser of that will achieve 3rd place in this year's World Cup. And it's the first time the first time in 3 years an Asian team in South Korea has made the top 3 of the World Cup. So it's good to see them back.
It's going to be a battle for 2nd place, I think, is going to be if we see how that just went and how good the USA are, I think a lot of people are going to be more excited about the battle for 2nd place. It's probably going to be a little closer. But I don't know. We haven't seen Korea go against USA, and the UK, of course, have another chance next week potentially. So,
And a much harder pool, which Aza, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is up next.
Yeah, as soon as we get everything ready, we will have the Grand Finals showcase. I'll be joined by Ford, and it'll be the last pool.
It's so sad. We're almost done. Feels like only yesterday we were writing the rules for this World Cup.
Yeah, I mean it's been lasting for what, 6 weeks now, 7 weeks. It's been a while. It's kind of hard to as a player. It is quite mentally taxing to have to prepare and perform every week like that. So I think that could also be like a contribution to UK's performance, maybe like the burnout that comes from playing a tournament for over a month like that. We'll have to see though. I hope they can bounce back. I think they won't have the USA effect in the next match, so I hope we get to see them on form like they were last year and in their previous games this year. So but I think for now we will be getting things ready.
I believe so. I believe the operator will tell us the agenda for the next bit.
Yeah, I think we're going to be taking a very, very short break. Grab yourself a drink, some popcorn.
Head over to the Oz store and buy a banner for $2.50.
Of course.
Of course.
You only have 3 choices now, though.
Maybe scrap the first 2 and just buy a banner, because, you know, you have a 33% chance at this point to secure a banner for the year. The winner of the World Cup gets to keep it. Also, all prize money, all funding to the banners will go to the prize pool and support the players. So go do that. It's good. It's healthy.
Definitely to get a banner plug in there at some point. I think we'll be taking a short break again though, while we set things up. So hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you're not too
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go cry now.
shook. Give another chance next week. It's okay. Thanks for joining me though, and thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with the Grand Finals pool showcase. Don't go anywhere.
Enjoy.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Hope you had some water, some popcorn, or something. It's time for the Grand Finals Pool Showcase. I'm Mazer again. I'm joined today by OMG4s for the last showcase of OWC 2019. How are you doing, Matt?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Hopefully you've been also doing fine for the last match you've commentated. Definitely was a interesting one.
I think I'm not the one you need to worry about.
Yeah, let's just get right into the pools, shall we, Azer?
Yeah, I think before we do, I think a good comment to make, or rather a good question I have for you is, how is the difficulty scaling? Because the finals pool seemed to have been pretty hard already, so how do you take a step after that, you know?
Right, so there's a big issue with just generally to prepare for not having like a meme level difficulty pool in grand finals. There was a lot of preparation done for the grand finals pool, as in to circumvent a lot of the picks, this is so much harder than anything else in the pool kind of syndrome, which happens when you have a very limited like choices of ranked maps, or just even unranked maps, to be honest. The one thing I definitely have to say is that the pools do feel harder in general because it doesn't vary too much in difficulty and has a pretty set difficulty range and target range. And because of that, for example, last year we saw stream maps just not getting harder, while this year they get harder. So you have like some aspects which are just quite harder, right? And the Grand Finals pool definitely can feel quite a bit hard, but it's mostly a step, like a normal step as in the past few pools.
All right, and we do have quite a lot of custom maps, or rather maps specifically mapped or changed for this round. So I hope you guys are excited to get started with that, as we're going to get started right now with the first map. It's going to be Unhappy Refrain. I believe this is a custom map by Barking Mad Dog, correct?
Yep, and this is another Barking Mad Dog map, the second one which was mapped for the OWC, since Barking Mad Dog has delivered a wonderful map early on in the tournament. We figured, I don't know, he's a pretty good aim mapper. We did try to ask other mappers, a lot of mappers just couldn't make it, unfortunately. So Barking Mad Dog was our last resort of a lot of mappers we chose. For example, Yusumi is someone who we contacted, who's pretty well known for like high star rating maps. And Barking Mad Dog once again delivered for this one. It's 205 BPM, it's 7.38 stars, and we had a bit of a slight focus on a few aim patterns, but like, it's still very comfortable, right? It's approaching 9.8, which is gonna get changed slightly after the showcase. But yeah, this is an aim map. It doesn't have as many streams as his old map had, but yeah, that's about it.
I would say, just at a first glance, compared to the finals No Mod 1, which was almost the exact same star rating, if I'm not wrong. It's like 0.03 off or something like that. Where that map was a little bit more spiky, right? You had a lot of free combo in some parts. This one seems to be a lot more consistent. So even though it's a similar length, similar star rating, there's a lot more places for people to break.
Right, this is definitely harder than last week's aim map. It has one spike at the end, and one spike right before the key item, and one spike in the beginning, and then in the middle. It's a lot of places to miss on, really.
And of course, it is No Mod 1, and it is fairly lengthy, and there's not much to talk about.
Except, I don't know, maybe spam some No Mod 1 alerts? I don't really know here.
We'll have done enough of that.
Hey, the song is a banger, at least there's that.
Yeah, by the way,
Definitely
shout out to Juan for choosing the song. Yes, I will mention that. Also, thanks to Juan for every time we get something mapped, and the mapper himself didn't have a song choice in mind. We kind of searched ourselves for songs, and Juan was one of those people who helped us finding songs. You know, coming from a different gamer, Juan actually has a quite wide array of just choices. So many Mania songs which just didn't get mapped in Stand. This one did get mapped, but like, I mean, he found it. I mean, thank
Yeah,
you
like
for
9 years ago or something.
yeah.
You have a number of how many maps were either custom mapped or changed for this round?
I can definitely tell you that at least half of the entire map pool has been changed dramatically or mapped. I would have to count to really make sure. So, I mean, give me a second. Please talk about the wonderful map, Azer.
Ah, yes, jumps. Look at those jumps.
Come on, that's pretty
Are you-
weak,
are you-
Azer.
are
I
you
mean, step
looking?
it up, step it. I'm still counting. Look, math wasn't my strength suit. Okay, I'm still counting over here.
We'll talk about the replay from Hanori, which is a Belgian player. It's nice to see. I think the greatest thing about the showcases is that we get to see a lot of the like one-off players from like the countries that go out early. They still get to have some presence in there. Like we have a lot of replays from players that were previously playing but are now eliminated. Actually, I believe almost every single one of them are, except for 2.
Okay, we got 7 maps custom mapped and 5 maps edited, while 1 didn't really get edited that much. Alright, and this is the second custom map, and it's gonna be Friends Nephews. 195 BPM streams. Focuses is a bit short and focuses more on stream aim entries at 2 death streams. It's mostly focused in those 2 KI times. One right after this beginning, and then run somewhere at the end. The gaps between those 2 parts are bridged by some jumps and some triples, some 5x bursts, and one very short slow part. Thank you, friends, for helping out here. He delivered this one in about a week, had a bit of time constraint, but still he held up the deadline, and I think it's a good map.
Oh,
Should
that
definitely do what it does.
It's a very long
map.
stream.
Wonderful. Happens once again later on. Might still have a bit of the, how should I call it, like TV size syndrome almost for the stream map, but it is a necessary evil due to other picks which we couldn't really get mapped or like had to be picked.
I believe there is another speed map in the Nomad pool that is very
Yes.
long.
Yes.
So it does make up for this one. You'll have to wait a little bit to see it, though.
Right? This one's at least a little bit shorter and to the point. Here you see the next stream. And yeah, thank you to Bartek for getting the replay and a bunch of replays. We'll also have a few surprises here and there.
Yeah, technically every single replay provided this week is by an OWC player, but not necessarily by the current year OWC. So yeah, that'll be it for Nomad 2, Matthias. And now it is time for
An Azer
Nomad
replay.
Tech Mip. Yeah,
Ooh.
it is me. So
I think I got
you
you
may
this
have,
one.
yeah, you may have seen this map because I completely by coincidence picked the other diff of this in a warm-up last week, I think. So this is also a map that was edited for OWC, right? It's basically a nerfed version of the top diff, which was like absurdly hard. The CS was changed. Some of the parts that were ridiculously hard were also changed to be more playable. So, and now the CS, I mean, in my own experience, because I did play the map a lot before this, it plays a lot better. It plays a lot better. It's way more comfortable with the CS change. But yeah, this is basically 200 BPM tech, which is a little bit hard, I think, for a couple of players. Not because of the BPM, but just because of the speed that you have to. Like usually tech is at a more comfortable BPM, at a lower BPM, right? So having to do like that really precise aim on a higher BPM is a little bit more uncommon, but it's good to have that representation in OWC. This is also a very cool song thematically, if you happen to be a 2DX player or familiar with 2DX.
Right, and if you're even just familiar with some old songs, right? I mean, you probably heard some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, this is also a little bit on the shorter side. It's only 2 minutes. It's pretty consistently difficult. Maybe a little bit of a spike on the main part of the song that we just went over.
Yeah, I think you pretty much said it all, right? There has been a lot of patterns have been changed, especially some discussing overlaps, discussing like angles on some patterns. It's just not just a simple CS nerf, because the one third part was disgustingly hard, got nerfed, etc., etc. And you know, Aza didn't get an C. Why did you not? Why did you not see this?
In the top diff, if anyone's played this before, in the top diff, there's 300 BPM bursts that were thankfully removed in this diff.
It might feel a bit weird playing these repeat sliders, but I think you should thank us for that. I think we want 300 BPM bursts.
Yeah, so moving on, I believe the next one is not a custom map. I think it's a map that a couple of people should be familiar with.
No, it actually is a custom map by Lasse. It's the second custom map. It's an alternate map, and this one is more on the normal side of alternating. It is, it doesn't have some of these insane spacing changes as the last one had. This one focuses more on the longer patterns here. Some 1/3 mixed in, but it's mostly just the consistent spacing, some janky angles you have to aim properly. And this one is long too, so Aza, if you have anything to say, feel free to go for it.
Yeah, I was just getting confused with another map of Lasse with the exact same difficulty name.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Petal is, yeah, I guess.
I thought that's what it was at first, but I was wrong. It's nice to see a lot of custom maps, because I think there's a bit of a shortage of, like, new and balanced, I guess, is the word I would use, like, maps for tournaments.
Yeah. Also, you know, you gotta pay homage to Lasse World Cup from last year. We don't have as much Lasse. I think we have the most Sparky Mad Dogs map in the CS pool as a mapper was present. Mostly also because of your tiebreaker, because he was in the collab. It was actually weird, like, because he counts as a full mapper if he was just present in the collab. That was pretty interesting though.
It's nice to see, I think this is something I asked you directly, or not asked, but I discussed this with you directly. A lot of the alt picks in the previous rounds were not just straight up alts, right? There's a lot of really weird, like, snap patterning or just stuff that, like, you couldn't really, like, people weren't comfortable with, at least is what it seemed like. A lot of the maps just weren't really picked at all, or when they were, the scores were really low in comparison to, like, the rest of the pool, so this is nice because it kind of just goes back into a more traditional alternating style that a lot of people are going to be used to.
Yeah, the line between having a alternate pick and to not dive into tech territory, like low BPM tech, or into low BPM stream territory, it's a very fine line. And this one might feel more like a low BPM stream map for some people compared to the previous ones. Or the previous ones would maybe feel more like a tech map. In general,
these patterns are so cool. Oh, sorry, but
yeah, I mean, hey, it's called Petal, right? I mean, yeah, I guess kinda.
It's a very good map.
Lasse, actually, this madman, we asked him because we didn't find an alts pick. Asked him, hey, can you map something? He pretty much got this map done in like 2 or 3 days. That's all I can say. Got someone to check it, played it, it was fine, buffed a few parts, and then the map was good to go. Lasse is absolutely a maniac. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think you don't even need to have anyone check a Lasse map, honestly. I
Look,
think if you're present in the mapping community, you know how much of an impact Lasse has. Like, how much people respect them.
yeah, I mean, he's not NAT for nothing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be pretty weird if like his first attempt at a map would be like completely unrankable because of 20 reasons he just forgot. Yeah, it would be a bit weird.
Yes, more of these patterns.
Yeah, that's the map. I mean, I think people would probably be happy seeing a more normal, I guess, alternate map. We do have like spicy alternate or like spicy-ish alternates, so look forward to that.
I think players are going to be happy with this one. Moving on, though, we have a fantastic artist name. It's gonna be called Your Disposal.
Yeah, cattle decapitation. That's a wonderful name.
This is the, I think it's more stamina pick, you would say, right? Less
Yep.
speed, more stamina.
Yep,
This is a 4-minute, 227 BPM map.
but it's not quite 227. It's at the beginning. Right now, it's 227. Until there's a like really short calm part, like a bit of a pause, I guess, in the song you can almost call it. Afterwards, you jump right back to 230 BPM streams, and then another one of those calm parts, and then the map changes to 210 BPM. So this map has like 3 main BPMs, and you can almost call it like 3 KIs. This currently is the first KI, the first like intense part, the 227 BPM streams and bursts. Then comes the 230 and the 210 with the longer streams. I
This
heard
is
you like
nice.
stamina.
Yeah, I personally really like seeing a pick like this because, I mean, not that I could play this, so, you know, it's not a personal thing, but I mean, I do talk to a lot of the OWC players often, and I think a common complaint has been there's just kind of a lack of a pick like this that's just pure stamina, like nothing else added on top, no hidden, no weird tech, no double time, no anything, just pure stamina. So this
Right,
this should be really, really nice.
Yeah, the one thing, when you try to find speed picks, there's always something weird added. It's like there's suddenly this 1/3 part, which everyone misses on. Or there's perhaps like some slider part or like some tech added to it. But like just something raw speed-ish isn't really present. And it's pretty hard to find. And usually when you think of these type of maps, and if you just listen to the song for a few seconds, you maybe might think of Mazarin. But Mazarin's maps are incredibly hard. So
Yeah.
they're not really an option. So who do you go for?
I think most people will be familiar with Mazarin. I think the thing with his maps for tournaments is a lot of them are, I would almost say, more aim focused than stream focused. Obviously, they're very stream
Yeah.
focused, but there's a big aim element in them. So
And that was just the longest stream in the map. 60 notes, 64 I believe in total. Otherwise, yeah, this is the 230 BPM part right now. Shout out to
this is custom map, right?
it wasn't custom map. This one was a map we found, and it was like 7.3 stars with like some jump streams almost. We contacted the mapper and then talked to him about changing the map. This one we edited extensively. Got rid of just the jump streams and just one of the jankier angles. Like the 4x quads you currently see were a bit more spaced and like had janky angles. We nerfed that. I think the CS got changed a little bit, and it got hit sounded because it wasn't hit sounded. So we had to work with the map a little bit to get this one done. Jancy obliged, helped out. It's wonderful working with him, and yeah, I think it ended up being quite useful and wonderful for the tournament.
Yeah, I really, really like this map. I think this is a good addition. Also, just really like the fact that mappers are open to changing their stuff to be more tournament viable. It makes, I'm sure it makes your job a lot easier.
Yeah, it does. It does. Well, it helps that as a bit of motivation also from the mapper side to like, hey, if I do something on this map, it might get put in the OWC. Like it helps that both sides have like a bit of a motivation. Us just trying to make the pool better, and them wanting their maps represented, right?
Yeah, and onto another map that was slightly modified. I think some people should be familiar with this one, maybe.
Guardian of the
old
Village.
mapper.
Alright,
Guardian of the Village by Jenny, which is a very old mapper name.
so I know what you guys are thinking. What about the Wiggle?
This
that,
was heavily modified.
Yes. So when we thought about what approach 8 map could we go for later on in the stages, we thought about old mappers. We wanted old mappers. We got a lot of new mappers, or like newer mappers, getting approach 8 styles mapped, and they were pretty good. I have to agree. Like I love Las's map. I like Mirage's map, and Ice Colors was also pretty good. But it just doesn't have this like old style feel, right? And if you want to get an old style map or just something which feels like it, you go to Jenny. Or to some of the other old mappers. Jenny obliged. Jenny was here, and there was an option to get something newly mapped, and we decided to opt to go for editing this one a little bit. It's the Gun of the Village. You kind of know. The beginning is a bit harder. The ending is also a bit harder. The middle part of the riddle got changed, and yeah. Otherwise, pretty much the same map. Also,
in case you haven't seen this map before, the bulk of the difficulty is mostly just the stream patterns that are very aim intensive, I would say, but it's AR8, so it's quite difficult to follow them. A lot of them have overlaps that go back on each other. It can be quite challenging.
I just want to mention Yogspy's replay on this is absolutely insane. He actually got an
You could say that for every single Yogspy replay. We're about to see a couple more.
Yogspy is actually a madman. Like this guy, I don't know. I think his first score on this was like a B rank, 89% with a 1.1k combo. I'm like, okay, did we do something wrong? What do we need to change? Is something we need to change? Suddenly he spits this out. And it's like, yep, got it.
See a couple of the harder to read sections right there. A lot of quite complicated patterns, as well as that big spacing on that stream. And keep in mind, it's AR8. Yogspy makes this look very, very, very easy. That section right there, when I played this with the changes the first time, was probably the hardest part of the map, I would say.
Yeah, even now it's still, I think, the hardest part of the map, but there's definitely a lot of parts which compare to it and make you miss. This is also getting rid of the No Mod 6 syndrome, which was, hey, let's pick something really, really stupid. Well, I mean, if this is stupid or not, well, that's still up in the eyes of the viewer. But yeah, it's a bit more reading in the pool instead of these weird KTG style, like film control maps, or I don't know what you call it, like movement mapping. I don't know. I'm not following the scene too much and the hate trains. But yeah, this is No Mod 6. There might still be a No Mod 6 alarm though, like I can imagine. This map is still pretty tough.
Yeah, it's also, again, pretty lengthy. No Mod pool this week seems to be a little bit long. I believe this is the longest map in the pool. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
The rest of the pool is a little bit more on the shorter side, I would say.
Yeah, we had to compensate a little bit, but I think despite the rest of the pool being a bit shorter, it's still fine. Well, I mean, kinda. Hard Rock still has a few long maps. It's kind of okay. But yeah, Yogspy seeing this, Jesus Christ. Also, this following stream here. On all the replays before that, he missed on the part before that.
Yeah, some of these patterns, there's a lot of diss spikes on the stream patterns that require a lot of reading, I would say. Not necessarily the streams themselves, but like everything surrounding it, like jumps where you would not expect them to be, or like in the order you wouldn't expect it to be.
Right.
Quite a complicated map. I think it's quite fitting for Grand Finals. And Yogspy is a monster. Moving on to Hidden. I'm pleased to say Yogspy is still a monster. It's gonna be hide and seek. Yeah, I think that's expected, right?
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are expecting this one.
People
This
called it
is
in the
a name
feedback
I've
chat.
heard a lot. Yeah.
Also,
so
I think Yogspy got a replay in like 10 minutes. So yeah, thank you, Yogspy. Also, I think this is the first ranked map we actually see in the pool, and it's the 7th map. Just saying.
Yeah, at least it seems that for a lot of the hidden pools, there is quite like an amount of maps that can be used. Like a lot of people, as of recent, have explored like pretty wacky mapping styles. That like wouldn't pass like years ago, right? So this kind of being one of that. This has been a mapping style that's pretty common. So I'd say there's still a lot of maps to potentially use for something like this. But yeah, in case you haven't seen this, yeah, just look at the stream patterns.
Yeah, it's a low BPM tech map. We had the 200 BPM high BPM niche tech map in No Mod 3, and now we have the low BPM tech map. There's also a mid-tiered tech map in Hard Rock, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I would actually say, maybe I'm a little biased here, but I think this is probably on the easier side of the pool, I would say. Not because it's easy to FC, not at all, right? This section that's coming right now is insanely difficult, but because everything leading up to this section is pretty straightforward. It might be a little hard with hidden, right? But like once the players like actually like learn the patterns and everything. Also that pattern. Yeah, that's pretty fun. That does a lot of misses there probably. Not for Yokespy though, he doesn't care. But yeah, there should be like a good like baseline score on this that we should see. So like this should be like one of the higher average score maps, I think, I would predict.
Yeah, just because of having a lot of time in the beginning to get some scores in. To at least get a baseline score of like 200 or 300k.
Alright. And if you like Yokespy, we're not done with them yet. One more.
Yeah.
One last one. It's gonna be AR8 pick this time around. It is a custom map as well.
It's not an AR8 pick, it's 8.2.
Oh,
okay?
8.2. Alright,
8.2.
you're right. I think the last round was 8.2 or something as well, right? Like 2 rounds ago or something? I don't know.
Yeah. The Ice Cold one, I think.
So compared to the custom mapped low AR hidden, we'll say that, right? Because it's not AR8 hidden anymore. People use their weird decimals, I guess.
Yeah. Get with the times, Aza, you old man.
You're older than me, okay? You can't say that. But this one is a lot more straightforward in its mapping. Like I think the main difficulty, I've said this on cast a couple of times, but the main difficulty of the last round, like the finals low AR hidden, was the mapping style, not the low AR hidden, right? The low AR hidden and the mapping style made a combination that was very, very hard to play for most players. This one is still low approach rate, but it's more, I would almost say this is a memory pick. This is very, very, very reading heavy. You'll see a couple of parts if you try to pay attention to like where the rhythm is located, and a lot of like stacks that have like different rhythm in them. Like, I don't know. This is going to be a little bit complicated for people that aren't used to playing like memory heavy map, I guess. Memory might not be the right term, but
this is a bit too easy, Aza, yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I was trying not to say
buddy.
that. All right. Okay.
Well, I think this is like the love chart between Lasse's Silver Orbit from Runner 32 and Ice Cold's Approach 8 map in round of quarterfinals. It does have the aim focus and all the weird overlaps. And yeah, this one needs, I think, the most practice out of any map in the pool. Just warming up doesn't really help here. Also, shout out to Deadcode, IO Exception, CEO of O's, for getting this map pretty quickly, because we had like this hole after Jenny's map still being really hard, and putting it in no mod had like this hidden 2 hole, and he delivered really quickly.
Yeah,
Also,
this I want to point out, maybe this looks a little bit difficult. You kind of said what I was going to say in a weird way, but like this, I would say it's pretty memory heavy, right? But it's not. I would say it's not as hard as it looks. Like a lot of the patterns are very, very intuitive to play. Like the way the rhythm choice is made makes a lot of sense if you're familiar with the song. So the people that have no issues with low AR hidden should have no issues with this map. I have no doubt. Moving on now to the last hidden pick. Another map people should be familiar with, hopefully. It's going to be Mirage Garden. And this is the second ranked map in the pool so far, right?
Yes, the second one. 100% a ranked raid currently in Hidden Pool. And yeah, this one is a classic, I think. I did hear from Aza after him seeing this one that it has been picked in a few community tournaments. I didn't really pay attention too much to that.
I don't think it was recent, but like if the players that are playing in the grand finals have been playing community tournaments for a very long time, so everyone should have played this map at least once at some point. It's been in a couple, like over the past like 3 years or so. Maybe not with Hidden though. I would say if there's one, this being on Hidden is going to create a lot of problems for a couple of players that would love to play this on Nomad. They could like consistently like FC this no problem, high accuracy on Nomad, but now it's Hidden, so I don't know. A little bit of a, I would say like it's a little dumb, but I would say that's going to be the bulk of the difficulty, I think, for a lot of the players that are going to be playing this. Just the fact that it's Hidden.
Yeah, this was initially planned to put into Nomad, but it would just create too much speed next to like the stream map. So things got shifted around a bit, and this one is actually one of the easier maps in the pool if it was put in Nomad. So here you have it on Hidden. It does have a slight overlap with Hidden 1, but it does have just more speed requirement. This needs a lot more speed. Well, Hidden 1 doesn't really need speed, let's be honest. This one does. That's the difference. And I think the approach is a bit more uncomfortable, 9.3, and some patterns.
Yeah, I don't think it should be any problem, but there are 234 BPM streams right here.
Right.
And a couple of 234 bursts, a little bit all over the map, so it's not too fast, but it is quite speedy for like a hidden pick, you know? Like you wouldn't really expect it, but it's there. I don't think it's going to be a problem for any of the players remaining, though. All of the players that I assume would play this map don't have any issues with speed.
It's mostly that the player who would prefer to play this, which is a bit techy, would also need a bit of speed requirements. That's the type of player you don't really see in lower tier teams, but top tier teams left should have a few players who just, you know, sitting around, ready to play this. Please do not flame my dear Chien. He was working very hard for these reports. He just didn't want to like set a level, a standard for the ODC players to you know, have to catch up to.
I'm not allowed to play him. My score on the Nomad was worse than his, so I like the actual like score amount. Yeah, if you have been paying attention to the song, there's a lot of rhythm complexity in this, a lot of 1/6 burst. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I would say this is just a rhythm, the rhythm pick. It fits in pretty well. So that's all the hiddens.
Oh boy, now we go to the hard rocks, and you know, I think we've seen enough ranked maps, so let's continue with some unranked maps once again. And not just any unranked maps, customly unranked maps. And it's another Skyflame map. It's 7 doors. And Farridge, please check this map, thank you. Alright. You know, this is a warning. You might want to have to check it. We did our best to check the timing and get it fixed. Lasse helped out a lot here. This song, the drum in the background, just, I don't know what he does. He's onto something. He's like on something when he played the song, because he just keeps like wandering with his timing. You don't want to see the red lines here. Sometimes he's off vocal, and then I don't know. It's weird, but it's a map. It's a map. It's higher star rating than Nomad 1. It's 7.48 stars, but people have generally said that Nomad 1 is still harder. Gives you kind of an idea that this map is just very comfortable. Also, thank you, Jordan Zaber.
I don't know who Jordan Zaber is.
I don't know.
You know?
No, I don't know him. I don't know him. JCB freaks, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this map is jumpy. It has some streams. There's some like 18 or 21 node streams in there. 21 node is like right at the end, 18 at the solo-ish. Some bursts afterwards, 9 nodes-ish. Yeah, but mostly aim difficulty.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you pointed this out already, but this is excluding the tiebreaker, the highest star rating map in the pool.
Yes, I did not mention that. Thank you for the fun fact of the day, Aza.
Also, is this... Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, watch. Alright, we got the watch. Alright, come on, don't leave us hanging like that.
Oh, I was just gonna say something weird, but I forgot it's Hard Rock. I was gonna say, why is this map CS is 5.07, but it's Hard Rock? I'm dumb. Oh my.
Yeah, it's no. We explicitly edited the OS file with Notepad and put in 5.07 just for you.
Thanks.
No problem.
Alright, guys, watch.
Yeah, watch the miss. Or what are you gonna watch?
Okay, thank you for watching.
Okay, you watched enough. Please stop watching now. He didn't tell you to keep on watching, right? Or is he? Is he? No, that's not. So just watch. Oh yeah, the solo here, 18 node stream. Well, 19 if you include the slider. And yes, I counted. I counted before the show, because otherwise I would still be here counting.
My replays.
Watch my replays. Nice.
Watch my replays.
Um,
I can't find the player though. I don't know who Jordan Zaber is.
I can't find him either. Well, I guess we can't really watch your replays, sorry. Oh, well I saw it, I watched that miss. Consistently difficult, as you see. Yeah, that's about it. Consistently difficult. Mapped by Skyflame explicitly for ODC Grand Finals. Thank you, Skyflame.
Okay, so the next map, when Forrest initially showed me the pool, you said this was probably the hardest map in the pool.
Yeah, as it like Nomad 3, the real lazy map was definitely the hardest map. We got it changed quite a bit to like nerf it even further. This one I think is probably one of the hardest maps in the pools now. It might rival some of the DT maps, but it's definitely one of the harder ones. Just getting accuracy on this is disgusting. You have this 1/3 referred at the beginning, you're like, okay, yeah, I'll drop some accuracy. Some streams here, some long sliders, and then you get these sliders, which feel like they're just a bit longer than you expect them to be. So you get a bunch of 100s. Those aren't the longest sliders. You mostly have this slider part here, and soonish you'll see just even longer sliders.
That's really
yeah.
the bulk of the difficulty right there, as you quickly mentioned, is the sliders are like longer than you think they are. You have to aim the sliders in this map. You cannot cheat. So it's very, very hard to keep your accuracy.
Is there anything else to say? Well, like after the middle of the map, it starts becoming a lot more streamy and has some wiggles. Slight wiggles. And the ending is then a bunch more sliders and a bit of a spike, like slightly spike at the end. You probably will see a lot of just slider breaks at the end, because there's just like 5 or 6 fast sliders. But yeah, this map there was nothing else which was remotely good and easier.
Yeah, some of these wiggles are quite complicated. A lot of things that are really, really hard on this map, but it is on the shorter side, so it's very condensed.
Oh yeah, and thank you, Xerius, for getting a replay on this one. I didn't even know he was still playing. Kano just kind of contacted him. I'm like, okay, I guess we get him. I guess we get him for Hard Rock 2.
Yeah. So initially I said all the replays are from current OWC players, with the exception of Xerius, who was previously an OWC player.
Come on,
winner.
don't spoil the other replays like that.
I already did.
But there could have been a different one, right? Like a different non-OWC player this
What,
year.
like another Xerius replay?
Yeah,
We
exactly.
would do something like that, right?
Yeah, like this one. Hey, it's another
it's another
Xerius
Xerius replay.
replay.
Okay, so this map is a little bit weird. This is a grid map. This is purely a grid mapping map. It might be a little bit of a weird pick, but it's CS 6.5. There is not really much of a difficulty in this, other than the fact that it's just 6.5. You need to be so precise for the entirety of the map.
Yeah, I think you pretty much got it all already. I mean, yeah, it's a grid map. Look, just open your eyes. I mean, there's not a lot more to say there.
It is a very uncommon mapping style. I mean, obviously it's very uncommon now because we've moved on from grid mapping in like 2009 or something, but it's kind of like made a resurgence more or less recently, right, as more of a gimmick thing. So I wouldn't say there's any gimmicks in this, though. It is just the way it's mapped. I don't think it is very surprising considering it's a Hollowings map. We've seen a couple of grid-like mapping from Hollowings, so
fun fact, the alternative to this would be cross time. Just throwing it out there. The Muye version.
yeah.
Also not completely happy with cross time. Because of some of the rhythm choices and like a repeat slide in the stream. Yeah. I feel like the pool showcase is gonna be longer than the actual match of US vs UK.
Oh, it's too soon, man. You can't say that.
Not that I want to sound rude, but I think it's already longer than the match.
On GeForce is an ass and we won't be working with him anymore.
I believe there's only one more long map, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, two in theory, right? If you think of... Right? If you think of the tiebreaker.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's kind of expected to be long, though.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, it would be really funny
maps.
for like the first time in like, I don't know, 8 years for the tiebreaker not to be marathon.
Oh, yeah. Last year was a marathon. You're right. Quite a marathon. So
Trying to say something?
Yeah. Not at all. Why? Are you trying to bait me to something? You're
No.
setting me up. Okay.
I just don't quite understand what you're getting at.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting flustered either.
You're trying to leak that the tiebreaker is over 5 minutes.
Yeah. But is it though? I mean, TNJ is so. I mean, what?
Wait,
No.
I thought it was dubstep.
Yeah, but Kano leaked that last year, so we couldn't use it this year either. You didn't get the memo, Asa? Oh yeah, you were busy watching. Yeah, you were busy commenting. Sorry, my bad.
Well, okay, so that's this map. As you can tell, it's very long and very samey. And it's just 6.5, so it's a lot of precision. So we'll be moving on now to the DT playing a Shido How My Mummy map with a replay from Shido How My Mummy. There, I said it twice.
Alright, that's enough Shiro and my mommy. I said it also. That's enough Dallas for this entire ODBC, please. Thank you. Well, at least his new name. We still love you, Dallas. It's a wonderful map. And this one is the speed map. I kind of found it, got him to hit sound it. He hit it quite fast, actually. And then he also got the replay. I don't know if Kano asked him to. He was like, here's the map, here's a replay. I'm okay. Yeah,
That's convenient.
I'll take it. And this map, 263 BPM, a lot of bursts. This is completely speed. It's like the Isayoi Sakura map, just faster. Well, is it faster? I'll have to admit, I'm not sure, but it is just.
I think it's the exact same speed. I think.
Yeah.
But at least this one isn't. This one is only Area 8's DT, so.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's one. I think it's no, it's the same speed. Never mind. It's 262. I'm trolling. I'm
technically,
the
it's
by the way.
0.5 BPM faster.
Those 0.5 BPM make a huge difference. You see that? He missed because of this 0.5.
I know that's completely a joke, but there's actually. I don't think it happens at this BPM range, but like in the lower BPM range, like very very slight like deviations from like the normal BPM range. Like people are used to playing 180 BPM and 190 BPM, but what happens when it's 185 BPM? You know, it's weird, but it's like I think there's a what was the map, like Inferno, I think, or something like the PvP farm map. That was a very weird uncommon BPM. And it made a big difference because at some points you're like, oh, okay, by streaming 190, no, I'll go too slow. Okay, so your fingers go at 200, but that's too fast. So you keep like switching between both. I don't know, it's quite funny. Moving on now to the second double time pick. It's gonna be Midori go Queen Bee. It's gonna be Lucent map.
And it's a replay by Dustis. Nah, it's Dust Dice. Just. I mean,
You mean this dice?
This. Oh yeah.
This, yeah.
Dust Dice. Alright, we're gonna enough Dust Dice jokes now. I got them right after this match. And he was like, "Give me something fast." I'm like, "Here you go." That's.
Give me the Dust Dice map.
Yeah, give me the Dust Dice map. Yeah. Well, here you go. Didn't have a replay for it yet, so yeah. This is a map we found in the unranked section, map by Lucent. And this is a map which, well, it's 7 expansion. First of all, it's 7 expansion. Second of all, we worked with Lucent to get rid of some of the awkward, like just harder stream shapes, because this map had a lot of stream shapes which were tough. The current beginning is straightforward, a little bit fin controlling. You don't see a huge stream path. Right into the key item, which is fin controlling, right into another like just hard part, and then into another stream part. So you actually like this is extremely stamina draining. Even Dusty said that he is down is reaching his limits at this one. It's 229 BPM. And yeah, this is the fin control part now. This one is it's not that streamy, but it's still very stamina intense. Just due to the fin control required. And right after that, we get into a stream, into just more jumps and streams and bursts. Doesn't really let up.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what you'd expect out of this song.
Yeah, and here another stream part. So thank you to Lucent for actually helping out and being free to work on this map today, because the pick we had in the earlier just was so much harder. We could like go just complete meme level. Like this is still pretty hard, don't get me wrong, but it's at least not stupidly hard. And Lucent helped out a lot, worked with us today to change it, and yeah. Thank
Moving
you to
on
Lucent.
now. It's going to be a patchouli map. This one clocks in at AR10 flat.
And it's 300 BPM. This one has not a single triple in it.
Yeah, so fast, 300.
Oh my god, this is a vexing map. I mean, it's
Who
300
can play
BPM,
this?
but there's no triples.
Well, this is going to be a double BPM map, so this is pretty much just an alt DT pick.
Right, and it focuses mostly on these aim patterns you see right now. Everything you see currently is pretty much the entirety of the map. There are 2 spikes in there, which have some longer patterns and some accelerating jumps. But otherwise, that's the map. Some tricky spacing, some tricky overlaps. You do have to play this a few times to get like used to these overlaps. And if you're also not used to the mapping style, well, you're gonna have to maybe get some more tries in there. That's the first spike.
This was hard to read, mostly because of the mapping style. It's like the mapping style, like, is fun on Nomad, but it has a lot of like very, very fast snapping patterns that I think when you put on DT are very, 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 very fast. Like, you don't really expect them to look like that or to have like the snappy aim that this map has. So a lot of the time it will take you like off guard.
Yeah, I would also argue that there's just a lot of missed potential across the entire map, especially on the spikes. But otherwise, you know, that's part obvious, right? If there's a spike, there's a huge missed potential, but you can definitely miss on any part of this map. Just like one miss snap, you're out. Oh yeah, this is approach 10 after DT being applied. But it's not 5.4 stars after DT being applied, it's like 7.2-ish stars.
This is also a mapping style that's been a little bit absent from, not a mapping style, sorry, a map style that's been pretty absent from OWC so far, like the alt DT.
Yeah. I think this is one of the only maps we didn't really like change a lot on. Because usually in all of the unranked maps we ended up using, which we didn't customly map, we changed a lot of things. Like if you think of Chancy's map or of Jenny's map or heck even Lucen's map in DT.
Now
This
up
one pretty much
next,
stays the same.
it's going to be Invasion.
Ooh.
This is the only 10.3 this round, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Significantly lower star rating than all of the other DT maps, but this is very, very finger control heavy, as most of the DT4s have been.
Yeah, this has a bunch of doubles and tricky sliders. I mean, you pretty much see the doubles already coming in hot.
Yeah, worth noting, this is not the top diff, I believe.
Yeah, the top diff would be way too insane. I think the top diff with DT is like 8 stars, maybe. Yeah. I mean, people can play no fail and use no fail, right? Can use that.
The top diff just like scales, like the way it's mapped, it just gets progressively harder, and the ending is just like absurd. This one comparatively doesn't.
Hey, you down to play some more like 8-star maps?
No.
No fail? No. Not? Oh well.
I mean,
then,
depends what you mean by play. If it's with no fail, I can play them away from my keyboard.
All right. I mean, if you're not interested, then I don't think all the other ODC players remaining will be interested in the free mods.
Oh.
This one is 6.4 stars after DT being applied. 0.2 stars lower than Chaser XX, by the way.
Yeah, it's
So-
mapped quite differently though. Like the BPM is very, very different. This is 261. Chaser XX, I believe, was 210 or 220 or something around that range. So this is fast. This is really, really fast. but there's no streams or anything in this. It's pure finger control, just a couple of bursts, hard rhythm, mostly sliders.
Yeah, the star rating is a bit misleading, I would say. Don't trust the 6.4 stars on this one.
Yeah, I think it's just indicative that there's pretty much no aim in this. Like, there's no jumps at all. Everything is very, very close to each other. It's very dense, right? Like, the patterns are very dense, close to each other.
Also, no like mega streams, like longer streams, which also boosts the star rating quite a bit if you remember back to the Approach 8 silver map, which had like 2 1/8 bursts, and that just like boosts the star rating from 5.3 to 6.
Now, with the DT pool over and done with, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, Forrest, Kano, we've seen hide and seek. Where's the KTG map? Where's Gengaozo?
Yeah, so we
Just kidding,
figured
it's not
we'd
Gengaozo.
put it in. Oh yeah. Come on. It's a different KTG map, and played by who else but Chien would rather play hidden. Yeah, we forced him to play some hard mode with like some free mods with hard mode. This one's the free mod, the hard mode. It's just a custom mapped one. Thank you, Katie Cheester, for helping out and being free to help us out and work on this. I think you did a wonderful job here. It's 6.0 stars on Nomad. It's hard to read on Hidden, and hard work makes just, you know, the patterns a lot harder, especially the sliders.
These sliders are so hard with hard rock. It's very, very, very easy to miss on them. It's very, very precise. So this looks so simple, but with hard rock in particular. With our hard rock, they're fine. Like, the difficulty is elsewhere, but that's, I would say, kind of the spike of the map on hard rock. Like, some of the patterns, or I would just call them slider jumps, they're very, very spread out.
Yeah, TFC last round was a bit favored towards hard rock. You don't really want to go hidden on TFC, but you have to. This one is a bit more balanced. We did try to strike some balance with those sliders and some of the patterns. You know, just really high spacing, but like not very intense mapping is good enough for CS6.5 people to miss a lot. But this is not CS6.5 because it's 5.3 base CS, which means after applying hard rock, it's gonna be 6.89. Yep, 6.89. Well, and we didn't get a single CS7 map this ODC, unfortunately. There wasn't just a good one out there. This is the closest we can get to CS7.
2 picks that are really close, but I think 6.89 is small enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's the first free mod done and over with. Next up, we got a very good song that a lot of people should be familiar with. It's not the map they're familiar with, though. It's going to be Paroka Boot.
By Evil Elvis, Natekides, Johnson, whatever you want to call them. This one didn't really get changed a lot, except a single slider, because it was just too fast. And just, you know, you slider break easily on that on hardware. So, we changed the slider, otherwise it's pretty much kept the same. So if you know this map from the unranked section, well, you pretty much know what you're getting into. And if you know Evil Elvis, you also know what you're getting into.
You guys have such a missed opportunity here. Why didn't you ask the replay from Shu? You got it from Jihad. You could have had it from Shu. Shu playing Boot.
Look, that's way too high IQ for me. And we were pressed for time. Right? we had to change a slider on this map 2 times. Like, that slider is serious business.
Okay, I guess Jen will do. He's good enough.
Yeah. I was like, hey Jen, you wanna get some replays? Okay, here's Mirage Garden. Okay, thank you. Well, here's the KD Cheese map. Okay, thank you. I guess here's Boot. and then he also did that. Also, I had Jian's like I could contact Chin a lot easier than Shu, I think. I mean, I played with him in Arscrack as well. A bunch of servers I shared, which was easier. I know, I'm very lazy.
Yeah, would you say this is more hidden favored? Because Air 9.3 seems pretty comfortable for hidden
Oh,
on.
1 second.
Oh,
Oh, look at that slide.
Oh.
You see?
is that the one that was slowed down?
Yeah, it was slowed down. So first we like slowed it down. It was still too hard. It didn't like just the pattern itself was hard, so we changed that and it got slowed down. And it was still too hard, so we slowed it down again. And then he just made it spell ODVC. And I was like, okay, well, fair enough.
Wow, I'm impressed.
It's playable. It spells ODVC. I mean, I don't complain. I don't have to complain.
Okay, actually, some of these patterns are with hidden are pretty hard. God, this song is so good though.
Yeah, I would say this is pretty disgusting for both mods to play. I don't think we will see an extra hard rock or hidden.
What is that? Sorry, that was just really hard. As you can tell by the misses.
Yeah, by the tone of your
50s.
voice.
Alright. Don't think there's gonna be anything at the ending here.
No.
So, that's 2 of the free mods. Got 1 map remaining, and there's the tiebreaker.
What could possibly be the third free mod? Possibly. It is ranked.
It is very old.
Yes. And it's not a very good tournament map. But
The one what's in the pool.
This is nothing else. I mean, we only got KT Treester to map something. We couldn't use Dad's code for anything in free mod because he already got hidden too. Well, here's Holy Orders. That's all we got.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's 3 like I guess like tournament diffs, like hard diffs I would say on this map set. This is going to be the top diff, the LKS, which I'm told is the most uncomfortable one.
Yeah, this is also the least fun one. Quote GN and it is
Yeah. The rhythm choice in this is very awkward. There's also a lot of, maybe not a lot of, but a sizable amount of 272 BPM bursts, which is pretty weird to have. Flat Air 9 of course, I believe. No?
If Vlad's AR9, yes.
Yeah, it's Flat Air 9. The card is wrong. It's just Flat Air 9, of course. It's a very old map.
And the rhythm choice when those bursts appear is very interesting. Yes, that's I think I'll keep it at that. It's the old Jank map. I think that's what this is. People wanted old maps. Here you go. I mean, yeah. If you keep on wanting old maps, this is what you get. But yeah, I will expect more hard rocks. Like, I can imagine some maybe going no mode, but I will also expect like hard rocks.
Yeah,
I
fun
will
fact
follow.
about this, even though this map has been ranked now for 7 years, 7.5 years, there's only 1 modded FC on this.
Yeah, mostly because it's so janky, like, you wouldn't want to play it. It doesn't give PP, so like a lot of people just don't play it. Oh,
Wait,
by the way, cool
I
spread.
lied. It's not even an FC, he apparently missed at the end. There are no
Yeah.
modded FCs on this.
Alright. Yeah, it's a map. Hey,
I
you
do
have
think
anything else
it's
to say?
yeah, no, I do think the no FC thing is just partly because it's very old. Like, this is not a map that people get on and be like, yeah, I'm gonna play this today. It's not in recent memory. Also, these bursts, yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Like, this is a map that most people should know exists, but like no one just like goes to play, you know?
Yeah. Like
Now they have to.
That's it.
I do definitely expect like some potential upsies on this, though. I just don't think they're gonna put them on the leaderboards.
Yeah, it's not extremely hard, like not the hardest map in the pool, it's just weird. It's definitely the weirdest map in the pool. Also, GN with Hidden, like he said, it's a disgrace not playing this without Hidden. Like, if you play this without Hidden, it's a disgrace for him at least, so, I mean, he's showing off, like...
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good play. I mean,
yeah, that's really good. Like
700k, that's really good. Alright, so there's about a quarter of the map left. We have mentioned kind of everything there is in this. There is, of course, the grand finals tiebreaker remaining. Anything you wanna any hints or anything you wanna give out?
Yeah, so if Azure Arbitrator was so good, why is there no Azure Arbitrator 2.0? Right?
If only.
I think that is a valid question. I mean, if Angreifer was so good, then well, wait, there's a sequel. We got it. We got the sequel of Angreifer from last year.
Wait, so are you saying the tiebreaker is
TNJ? Yes, I am.
Alright, well there you go. The grand finals tiebreaker is TNJ.
Congratulations to the US for winning. Wait, it's.
Hey,
Is
would
it?
you look at that?
What is
Is
this?
your Air Arbitrator 2, perhaps?
Oh, we do get a sequel. Apparently it was good.
So this is, of course, a custom map by mapper Jonathan Loche. This one isn't like 8 minutes though. This is just flat 5 minutes. But yeah, this is gonna be the grand finals tiebreaker. It's a custom map, so it should be the first time everyone sees this. Song is just as hype though. Map is just as good.
Yeah, this is, well, as its, I guess, older brother, the Arbitrator, it is a higher-ish BPM aim map, a lot of single taps. While Azure Arbitrator does have like these sections of just raw spikes, I would almost say. This one has more consistent difficulty in mind, and you can definitely see that. If you also look at a PP graph or whatever you want to do, you can also see that. It currently does have the like some triples here and there to force a little bit more speed out of you, so just not like complete alternators can easily play this. It's still not a lot of speed. It has a bunch of 1/3 streams across the map, which should not be underestimated. It also have a fairly respectable spacing and patterning. And otherwise, there is a short little, like, just faster part in the map. And that's about it, I believe. Do you have anything else to add, Asa? Otherwise, I would thank the mapper for also,
I mean,
helping
I
out and
haven't
having this.
actually seen this myself, so
Oh,
no.
yeah, alright, so
I'm also
enjoy.
watching this for the first time.
Alright, yeah, then it's a cool song as well. Jonathan found it himself. Yeah. This one was actually, fun fact, in the works for being the finals tiebreaker. But Captain 1 was intended to be with like Grudin song Grievous Lady to be the grand finals tiebreaker. It didn't really work out because of time constraints, so we shifted the Jonathan LFJ map to the grand final, and just got Izomir D'Angelo like on board and told him like, hey, can we change these things? Thank you. Pretty much the same situation like last year, except we didn't get something mapped, or I just couldn't find something, right? So last year was we kind of continued Izomir to like say, hey, we need a tiebreaker. Let's throw some mods on this map and then have it ready for the DC.
There
And
are
this time
very
it was
little
like-
very little like good tournament tiebreakers that haven't already been used that's at this
Yeah.
star range. A lot of them are not really balanced, or just too hard, or too easy, or not a good enough song, or there's a wealth of issues that come with a lot of the, I guess, like popular, I would say, like the songs that people think could be good tiebreakers don't necessarily make good tiebreakers, like balance wise. So having these custom mapped is pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the future of OWC most likely, unless something dramatically changes in the unranked and ranked section.
If you happen to not be a fan of that, then it's time to pick up some mapping and map some some 7-star marathons that are balanced, because those are a rarity. They're hard to find.
Right. I mean, if you're a mapper and you map like consistently difficult approach 8 maps, you probably don't even need to contact OWC Polvas. They will find your map. Trust me. And even tiebreaks and just any like type of maps which just are a rarity. Like, we will know, trust me, because we don't look for these maps for like an hour and be like, yeah, we're done. I think I spent like at least 40 hours across the last 2 weeks on osearch.com just looking for specific target ranges or star rating and like approach rates and stuff to like find something. And after not finding anything, we get something mapped. And that's why we had to get a lot of things in Grand Finals map, otherwise, yeah, there's a lot of issues with the difficulty.
This map is amazing, as expected.
I mean, Jonathan LFJ, he didn't seem too confident, but when we said this is really good, he like, so okay, I guess I'm still okay at mapping. I'm like, yes, you are. Thank you for getting this done.
Yeah, this looks very, very fun. Hopefully we get to see this played. I think the song is also very, very fitting.
Yes.
To the finale of the tournament, potentially. Good luck. Have fun. Thank you, Varvalion. And that's it for the Grand Finals pool. That's every single pool this year. It's going to be the last showcase.
Finally free out of map holding. And to conclude, I would like to have a big round of thank yous for a lot of participating, I guess, sections which helped out making the pools better. Firstly, I want to thank just for the NAT checks, because every single unsubmitted and unranked map we had to send to Pishifed, Mao, Lasse, and Mo. Especially Pishifed and Lasse, who got the bulk of the maps, helped out a ton, like a lot. And they had to check all the unranked maps and see if it's unrankable, if there's any issues, etc. Next to them, I want to thank all the mappers on Discord. We had a private Discord for the editing and the creating of maps. Kotachi for his Light for Night editing, Chanty for editing his disposal for Grand Finals, Atlanta for the alternate map in semifinals, our exception, Dead Codes, whatever you want to call him, coming in clutch with Hidden 2, also being like having 2 maps in the last pool. Izumi D'Angelo coming in clutch with his tiebreaker, Lasse for the Approach 8 Hidden in round of 32, editing his map for the finals tiebreaker. No, that's whoop. I got confused. Lasse getting with the Grand Finals alternate pick. There's just too many people. Leader for the final stream, Lucent for his quick response and helping out, Mir for his tech map in qualifiers, Real Lazy for 2 maps, Nexta and his extend map, Tochi for coming in with his timebreaker edit and his jump map, Bakimedak for the jump maps, Captain for trying his best for a Grand Finals tiebreaker. It didn't work out. Shout out to him at least having, I think, one of the best tiebreaks in the entire tournament, his ranked map in what was it? Was quarterfinals.
Oh yeah,
Katie Cheese. Yeah, that was really good. Man, hopefully works out like the next years. Katie Cheese getting the free mod maps, Ice Call for the approach date, Jenny for working with your Guardian of the Village map, Jonathan LFJ for the Cold Grand Finals tiebreaker, Mirage for an approach date hidden map, Skyflame for getting Nomad 1 in finals and Harak 1 in Grand Finals. Maps specifically for OWC and 1 edited. Toybot for the stream at round of 32. Friends for getting the last minute Grand Final stream map. Evil Elvis for that 1 slider, thank you. and Celery for the editing of his TC map. And now we get to other parts, which is Doomsday for playtesting, Quan for finding songs, players for the replays, and in general for the feedback. And that's it for me.
That is a lot of people that
Hey,
contributed.
and
Wow.
big
a lot.
thanks, big shout outs to OMG Force, Kano, and Silver for
Aw.
making these polls. Like, you guys are amazing. I think you really did great this year.
We learned a lot, I have
think-
to admit. Like, there was a lot of learning process when guiding mappers, talking to mappers, and just, working with them. It was fun, also stressful, I have to admit. But, hopefully players are going to enjoy the pools. And yeah.
A lot of work has been put forward in order to make Odyssey a great experience for the map pool selection team. Thanks, guys. Good work. And yeah, there's only 3 teams remaining now on this fresh map pool. So that'll be it for the final stage. Hope you guys tune in. You better tune in. You don't want to
Right.
miss it. For
It's not over yet. And you
Yeah.
still have a chance on buying a banner to support your favorite team.
of
That's still
course.
an option. I mean, you have to do it.
We plugged it last. There's a cooldown. We plugged it last, man.
Okay, right.
It doesn't work.
But I got a highlight. Pep is currently holding a gun to my head. I have to do it. Please subscribe to the Twitch channel. Alright, that's
Build the
it.
Peppy.
Build the Peppy.
Yeah, make sure you guys tune in next week for United Kingdom versus Korea in the lower bracket finals, and the winner of that will face USA for the grand title. Everything. Don't want to miss those games. Make sure you tune in next week. Have a good one, guys.
Goodbye.